And so it's a part of the monastery, but also part of the school. So originally the monks created the school based on Benedict and stuff like that. Okay. Heard about the meal plan over at St. Bar. We got salad bar, soup bar, sandwich bar, making sandwiches. We got cooking area. We got the grill, which is your burger, your chicken, your pie. Over here we got international food. That's your curry. That's your egg rolls. All sorts of stuff. Over here, that's home style stuff that makes you feel good at home. That's your lasagna. That's gonna be your spaghetti, your Salisbury steak, that type of thing. Behind you over here, we got the ice cream machine. Works a heck of a lot more than McDonald's ever does. We also have tons and tons of places to get drinks. We have milk, water, tea, juice.
Yep.
There's plenty of kosher meats. They also have like signs that will tell you what type of foods are in the apples. You can actually see one of them over here that tells you that there's cows, there's chicken, there's lamb is less. They have less of lamb, but we have plenty of chicken and stuff like that as well. Chicken, beef, that type of thing. Yeah, and they'll always it's been freshly made. It's absolutely delicious.
And they make bread too, don't they?
Specific requests from the students on the dietary requirement.
This is the quadrangle. It has 4 floors, and then we were currently on philosophy. We have communications, English, all sorts of stuff are all in that building. So students will have at least 2 or 3 classes in that building specifically. Mail or anything like that. Below the mailing center is the ROTC office. So for people who want to take part of ROTC, they can do that. Over here we have Guild Hall. Guild Hall is a 24/7 gym. So you can go in and play basketball at 2 a.m. if you want to.
Okay. Do you have like swimming pool?
We do have a swimming pool. We just won't be able to see it today. It's an indoor swimming pool. We also have 6 lakes on campus too that you can use. Over here is Simon's Hall. This is accounting, finance, political science. All of that stuff is going to be here. Top floor has entrepreneurship stuff. So that's all in this building. Over here we have a freshman hall. This is Tommy Hall. This is where I live, so obviously it's the best one to live in. But there is a little bit of rivalry between the freshman dorms.
Okay.
That is traditional, that is new.
Yes, this is newer, yes.
Yeah.
And then the older one is over here, which we're going to go see in a second. Up straight ahead, you see Sexton Commons. Sexton Commons is a common space. There's lots of lounges in there.
Yeah.
They also have the Res Life office in there as well. Your secondary dining option is in here as well, which is called Sexton. And it's a one-punch-in 4-year living institution, meaning that you live all 4 years on campus. Your first 2 years are in dorm-style living, and your last 2 years are in apartment-style living. Other different musical instrument lessons. On the top floor they have practice rooms, which are sound dampening rooms in order for you to practice whatever instrument or voice or anything like that up in there. Over here we got Mary Hall. Mary Hall is one of the is another one of the freshmen. That's fine. We're actually going to go in and check it out. You can keep your quarters at home because it is completely free to use your laundry on campus. All you need is your own detergent. I highly suggest you know how to do laundry before you come here. My first time I went down to go do laundry, I had at least a half a dozen guys on their phones being like, but how do I know where to start? 2 to 3 RAs and 1 FR on each floor. Your FR or faculty resident is like the adult on campus. Everyone here's an adult, but they are like they're people here who make sure know a little bit more, are a little bit more knowledgeable, help you out with different things as you are learning how to be on campus. And if you have any like major questions, RAs are undergraduate students who live on campus who you go to if you need some help. You're learning how to navigate life on campus and all of that type of stuff. The RAs can help you with that.
Just I have to take a clean to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Willing every opportunity to sit down.
So this is the church. We're gonna go in it towards
Undertaker.
Maybe
That's the church. Yeah. We have one of my friends like that. He's a double major in like very science heavy fields, and so whenever we can't find him, we just come to the library about him.
And I had my spot, my place. I was like always there.
Oh yeah, that was the spot to study. It's from a normal library, and so if you need a little bit quieter, people go down there for studying. However, if you need absolute silence, you can go down to the base books between here and over at St. Ben's, and over 1 million online articles. And we partner with over a dozen other different schools in order to get even more resources for students that we may not have. Yeah. All right. We also have editing. They can go there, or if they just want someone to read it over before they turn it in, they can go and set up an appointment and go into the writing center. Over to my left, you can see the study center. The study center is an awesome place for students because some of them may have never studied certain disciplines before. Like maybe they've never took a theology class before, right? So they need to they need to learn how to study for that class. Or maybe they are a psychology major but never have actually taken a psychology class. Learning how to study for those classes are very important, and so they have an entire center designated. You can kind of start seeing through the trees where the football field is.
Okay.
Behind these trees?
Yeah, we
Yep, you can kind of see the football field. Yeah. So students, so you can go to all those games. To some sort, they do have statues of like art students who have made statues and stuff like that. Yeah. All of the managers at both here in the coffee shop over at St. Ben's are students. So it's all run by students, by undergrads even too. Yeah, but these are a bunch of different. I should. They just put them up today actually.
Oh. Okay.
Like brand new, like they just put them up today.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I saw people who were like starting to like bring them down. But so students can use this space as much as they'd like. A lot of other schools are going to have this only for like media majors or communication majors. Yeah. These are open to all students. Has a car on campus. We also have a bus that goes into St. Cloud on the weekend called the Link. And it goes all the way over to St. Cloud on Saturday and Sunday for students who need to go grocery shopping or anything like that. Yeah. It also runs in between campuses as well for students who are going to classes. So it runs on the hour and half an hour over at St. Ben's and 15 and 45 over here. And then it also runs in between class times. So as long as you take the right bus, you'll never be late for class.
Oh, wow.
They also run until midnight on the weekdays and 2 a.m. on the weekends.
Oh, that's lovely. Hi, Nasir. How are you?
Things move on campus. It's during the summer, so it doesn't move very much. However, when it does, it takes 33 minutes for it to go in a complete circle. So if you use it for class, you'll be late. What's really cool about it is it's not the pendulum that's running in a circle. It's the earth that's moving, and so the pendulum moves as the earth.
I'll try to.
So for anatomy and physiology. What's really cool about anyone who wants to do STEM on like here you start learning how to use graduate level techniques and graduate level technologies while you're still an undergrad. So you get a leg up when you go into your graduate programs, but also if you just go into your field straight after college, you still have a leg up going into that because you know how to use these.
Is that a python?
I have no idea.
Is it alive?
Yeah, that's alive.
Really?
Yeah. That's what.
It's asleep. I can see his face. Yeah.
Yeah. So have TAs teach the students. However, we have our professors teach them in lab, but also in classrooms as well. Over 90% of our professors have PhDs in their given field, so they all know very well what they're doing. Class sizes are going to be around and the different types of lab have different numbers of how many students are working in groups. So biologists work in groups of 4, chemists named building on campus. You guys ready for it? The new Science Center. Crazy. So we're heading over into this building here. This is Peter Engel Science Center, otherwise known as Engel to students. We tend to shorten a lot of the words. They can just go up to the door of their professor and ask them their question that they need. Rather, if they only need 5 minutes or don't have time to set up a meeting, or if it's something like right away, you can go in and talk to your professor. Biology class, which tons of different majors have to take, and I had 23 students in that class. So small class sizes. Like I said before, 90% of our professors have PhDs in their given field, so they all know what they're doing, and all of them will teach.